Hey guys, it's Rushy. How y'all doing? I've been dreading doing this video because Akuma is a monster. He has so much stuff to cover. So I'm going to go over it. I'm going to try and do it in one sitting, and I'm going to go over it fairly quickly, but I'm going to try and help you as much as I can. So we're going to start with normals, usual. Stand heavy punch. This double heavy punch target combo. Sweep. Sweep is generic, but we'll do it anyway. Next one, forward medium punch. What's that? Oh, it's his overhead, isn't it? Alright, forward medium punch. Back heavy punch. Alright, run out of slots. We'll do that first. Okay, so this is -5, guys, this is. And it can be punished. I like to use 4 frame. I don't think it's worth risking Chin Buster because it has shorter range. But it can be made safe, as you saw there. So yeah, at that sort of range, can't get punished. There you definitely can. Make sure you capitalise on that. I should be noted at max range, you should be able to CA that. Oh, there was it. I was a bit late. It's weird. As long as you get reversal, you will punish that. That's -5. Can CA, like I say in every video, is 5 frame startup. That's that one. So that's -5, guys. So 4 frame punish. If you're not sure on the range, don't special after the 4 frame. -5. Crouching. What? Here goes the next one. I don't know what the next one was. Have a look. Okay, so the double, yeah, the target combo. -12. Line breaker every time. Any Akuma that does that, that's him in trouble. Max damage. You could go for crouching heavy punch. If I wanted a V-trigger combo for that, I'll probably do stand heavy punch fireball. Something like that. So that into fireball is quite good for height. That's 80 damage. It does link into fireball as well. The reason I'm using that over crouching heavy punch is because crouching heavy punch doesn't have the range that stand heavy punch does. Stand heavy punch is 9 frame, whereas crouching heavy is 6 frame. So that's a good one to punish that if you've got V-trigger, but otherwise line breaker will do. Sweep. Normal sweep. It has pretty shit range, similar to Ken's actually. Oh man, typical, going walking backwards. So yeah, just sweep to punish. How close have I got to be? Sweep, EX Tatsu, CA. The usual there. If at close range, you could get Lion Breaker, I guess. You can even get Stand Heavy Kick if there as well. It's worth showing that. Man. You got V-trigger, Stand Heavy Kick is a good way to punish that. Could to -15. So make sure you time it right. What was next? Overhead. It's -6 that. So you can get close range, you should get crouch and medium punch. Chin Buster. But realistic range back there. 4 frame. It's actually quite punishable, this one. It's how I expect to be able to punish an overhead. Similar to Ryu's. Not cheap like Guile's. CA, you can punish with CA. That. And EX Tatsu, if you have that, you can punish with that as well. In V-trigger. So that works. Last one. Okay, so his back medium punch. Sorry, his back heavy punch is -10. It's not really a move you see in neutral too often. So you can line break that close range. But yeah, you wouldn't see that too often anyway. You can do chin buster, but the range ain't too good on that either. I'd probably line break me personally. You could stand heavy punch. The range, nah, line break could be fine actually, it'd be fine. That'll do there. Right, we'll go to the next slot. Right guys, so we're moving on to like V-skill and specials now. So his V-skill into palm and the kick, they're all punishable. Sorry, they're both punishable, should I say. Line breaker seems to be the best for both of them. Punch is -10, kick is -13. But line breaker, because he has good range, should cover both. See. Heavy blocks them. Right, okay. So this can be made safe because of the range, -10. See that? The range is so far that the second kick misses. Maybe heavy punch. See there? Problem, isn't there? That's gonna work because that's an 8-frame startup move. That'll work. CA will work. I wouldn't recommend that. I think EXDP would be better. So EXDP, EX Tatsu, if they're at closer range, stand heavy punch like there, that should have worked. But line breaker it's only good at close range. So that's a tricky one. They space that nicely, that's tricky to punish, but again, it's not a move you really see in neutral too much, so I wouldn't worry about it. Same as the kick really. You're not going to see it, that hits high anyway. So you can duck that. You can actually attack him while he's whiffing. If you do block it, line breaker. But again, you're not going to see that too often in neutral anyway, so don't worry about it. This one, fireball, just generic fireball. So all Akuma's fireballs are -6 or worse on block. He's only his EX fireballs. I think his V-trigger fireballs are plus. Let's have a look. Interestingly enough, the FAT tools doesn't show his fireball in V-trigger frame data. You have to go. That's strange, so we'll have to test that, the V-trigger fireball. But yeah, -6 or worse. If you're brave, you can do that. That'll work. But even his red fireballs, they're all punishable on block as well. According to this, that's what it says. I didn't think they were, to be fair, but according to this, red fireball... have a look. Light punch red fireball is -6. Heavy punch red fireball is -8. That's what it says. It's only EX red fireball. That's +8. Interesting. So that's that. Tatsu. I've realised now that you get that. As long as you time it correctly, you get that for all 3 normal Tatsus. That's the least. The slowest recovery, that's -8 on block, and you still get that free. If your timing's not too good, chin buster will be fine, that'll be alright. You should be able to punish EX Tatsu as well. The pushback is quite... That's probably how I'd punish it, because of the pushback. You could do that if you got no meter. I wouldn't recommend. Nah, I wouldn't recommend that for 20 damage. I wouldn't risk a crush counter. That's probably a better idea, actually. Yeah, that's probably the best way to do it. You can walk, to be fair, you can walk forward. He's minus... Oh, he's only minus 19, so be careful how far forward you walk. So I'd probably have your tattoo. Probably a good way to go about it. You... Should have step kick, I guess. Careful with that line after. No, don't step kick, that's a bad idea. So that's how I deal with that. I think that's it for now. So we're going to move on to Demon Flip and I think that's it really. Demon Flip and V-Trigger, that's all we got to do left, so we'll cover that now. Demon Flip, to be fair, we can record that now, Demon Flip, and then I'll do the rest of the stuff. Demon Flip's a weird one. I forget how you do Demon Flip now. What's the input for it? Okay. So we're gonna do stuff like that. So that's the scenario we're gonna set up. I'm gonna do that, okay? Because that's a common one that Akumas use. And we're gonna use EX flip kick as well. So let's try that as well. Flip kick, I mean demon flip, sorry. So this is a common block string that Akumas will use. You can see there the muscle memory kicked in already. So they'll do that a lot. If you see a raw demon flip, you've got to be careful of some situations, but for essentially what you want to get used to is doing this. EXDP or mini punch DP. It'll beat him every time. If you're not too sure on that, you can do that as well. You can do crouch heavy punch. Crouch heavy punch is a bit more risky because there's no invincible frames, and if they spaced quite far from you, you'll probably whiff the heavy punch. But that's what you want to do really. Get into the habit of DP and demon flip. The reason why we called EX, we can manage. See, that is hard to anti-air. Because look at that was a good example there. Look, that missed. And I can't block that. I think heavy punch DP is the best way to deal with that. Because you've got time to react as well. Got with two buttons then. And likewise the EXDP as well. If they go over you, it's even more tricky then. That's a cross cut. Let's set that scenario up like that. Let's get him to go over me. I think that's a good way to do it, you know. If they go over you, crouch heavy punch on the other side. Ah, no. I'll jump the gun there a little bit. Let me try and think this through. Because there's different setups you get off of the demon flips. You can't really let him float in the air too long. Okay, but let me record them scenarios and I'll come back to you on that. That's the most important thing with demon flip. But when they do a demon flip raw off of a blocked normal DP, that's what you want to do. At that close range, DP every time. We'll look at how to handle the different options in demon flip now, and then we'll do V-trigger. Right guys, so I'm picking up this recording a few days later. So we left off with the demon flips and it was V-trigger, wasn't it? So I had to have a little think about how to approach the demon flip situation. So we showed the demon flip off of a normal. I think we did crouch and medium punch, stand, medium kick, and then demon flip. And I showed you how to just anti-air it straight away, preferably DP or EXDP. What I've done is I've broken it down into more detail. So let's look at what each demon flip option does, and let's look at how to tackle it. Just a heads up, if you want a quick, bit of information, it's the EX fireball and it is the kick in the air. Those are the two troublesome ones because they stop Akuma in the air for a brief period of time. Your anti-airs often will get thrown off if that happens. So let's just look at each option and see what it does to Ken if I do nothing, and then we can look at ways to tackle each one, or the best way to go about it. So there's the EX fireball. So look, he pauses in the air there. So blocking isn't a bad thing there. This should be the kick. Again, you can see he's in the air. It throws off his jump arc altogether. I should mention as well, actually let's go back. think you can block that low. It's not classed as a high. Yeah, that's right. I think the kick you can block low as well, so have a look. Yeah, you can. That's classed as a dive kick, isn't it, pretty much? This is the palm, so this has to be blocked high. You cannot block that low. It's a very good move. The grab will whiff if you crouch him. That will get you, even if you're blocking high, to grab. Something like, essentially like a command grab, I guess. I'm trying to block so it doesn't. Why is that whiff? Isn't it too early? I think I'm doing it too early. Okay, let's re-record that one. It was well funny. There you go. That's what we're after. Let's try that again. So that's got to be delayed a bit. That's quite good actually. For us. That whiff. I'm standing. Even if I'm blocking, it'll catch me. And the last one is the slide. So frame data wise, we're looking at just the null ones. Let's have a quick look. Sorry, I haven't got the app up yet. Very unprepared for this video. If you notice a change in my voice, I've actually made a tweak to my mic. So my mic should pick up less crap in the background now. I've turned the gain down, and I've got a cold, so that's not going to help. But hopefully you should hear me a bit clearer anyway. So Akuma, let's have a look at this. The slide is -2. The EX slide is +2, so it's not your turn if he does the EX slide. The X slide as well, I should mention, often crosses over them and goes on the other side and slides, but I'll show you that later on. So let's just talk about the non-EX. Oh, interestingly enough, EXD. Okay. Oh no, that's EX Demon Flip Slide, that's right, yeah. Okay. Palm, it says, I think between +1 and +8. Frame advantage varies greatly depending on height. Also knockdown advantage. So it depends on how high the palm hits. So that's going to be a hard one to test. We can have a little look at it. So it says all the palms are between +1 and +8. So he's plus basically. Think of it that way. It's never your turn to really press anything there, so don't press anything. His dive kick can be -2 at worst, but it's +5 at best. So it'll be +5 if it's low, but it's very high, it's -2. So you don't really want to challenge there, I guess, unless you want to take the risk and accept that he's -2 if it's too high. Throw, yeah, if it hits, there's no on block, so that's a knockdown. Where's the fireball? Doesn't give me that here. Well, the fireball doesn't really matter too much because his recovering the fireball is terrible. It's really bad. If he in block stun, you can't do much anyway, so don't worry about it. But it's not great, his recovery. So let's look at what we can do for each option. Let's try and find a common situation. So what I would probably do is I'd probably wait to see the jump arc and then anti-air. It's tough. It's really tough. You know, if he does the X fireball or if he does the kick, it can really throw your anti-airs off. It's in some ways it may be better to heavy punch DP because heavy punch DP has a trajectory to catch him out of the air regardless of where he is. So it'll go straight up and just hit anything. But if you trade, then you're in trouble. So let's see what happens. Let's try each one. So that was, you see there, is that range? Yeah, beat. Let's see heavy punch DP. Let's do it more realistic. So let's put a delay in there. While it's not practical at every range, they trade there. You see what I mean? That's crouching heavy punch. So you don't want to do that. Heavy punch DP looks the best in that situation. And buffer the DP while crouching as well. So that was pretty reliable, that does. It's beating it pretty clean. EX no doubt will beat it. If medium punch DP is beating it, EX will. Let's try heavy punch. So yeah, this is where I'd normally use medium punch DP, just his regular follow-ups. I think heavy punch DP is looking very good for this. Definitely, if he goes for throw, definitely. Throw's going to come close. Like that. If you're ducking already, makes sense to go for the DP. And the last one. Yeah, no-brainer. He's in the air for ages. I think the key is to delay the Dragon Punch. If you see Demon Flip, just you've got to react anyway. So wait a little while, and then decide on your anti-air. Just be patient. Don't try and do it too quickly. Because of the X Fireball, the way it does the crouching heavy punch, I wouldn't recommend it. It doesn't have good range. It's great for close range. Excellent there. The amount of damage you'll get off of that. Don't know if we can get his combo, let me try it. Get stuff like that, I guess. That's gonna miss. So yeah, anyway, I would say heavy punch DP is the best way to go. But the problem with the... Sorry, did I say EXDP? Heavy punch DP. But the issue is, don't forget, Akuma's got a normal jump as well. And he can change his normal jump trajectory. So he can throw fireballs to throw you off. He can do EX fireballs in the air to throw you off. He can do dive kicks in the air to throw you off. So that's where the Demon Flip becomes an issue. Because you're not sure which follow-up he's going to go for. Before I move on to EX Demon Flip, you know what I should record? I should do his forward heavy punch. So this move, this is frustrating as hell. Because it's plus on block, that's why they do it. And it's very quick, it's hard to, that's very hard to react to. Trying to leave it as late as possible. So, because it's a little hop, it looks very similar to the Demon Flip. So, I think the key thing to look out for is the height of the jump. The jump is a small hop, and you know it's either the chop, I call it the chop, or it's a Demon Flip. If he goes up in the air, then you know that you're gonna have to anti-air a little later. I think that's the key to anti-airing Akuma. But with his jumpings, I don't worry about his jumpings as much as I worry about Demon Flip. So if he jumps high and you're not ready to anti-air, don't worry about it. I think you've got to more focus on his Demon Flip pressure. You've got to really get, ready for those attacks. If you can stop his Demon Flips and if you can punish that hop, they don't really do it in neutral anyway. They usually do it as a meaty or like as a throw bait. So they'll get you to throw and then they'll chuck that out. It's like a shimmy, isn't it? They walk back and then they do the hop. So if you can react to that and not be baited to shimmy and anti-air it, really good. You can do crouching heavy punch, full Demon Flip and the chop hop, but it's hard. I would personally say, based on just quickly testing it there, heavy punch DP is the way to go. Let me record EX and then we can move on to V trigger and CA. Right guys, so we've got the EX shenanigans now. Why the EX Demon Flip is worse is because it comes much quicker than the normal Demon Flip. It doesn't have the range of the heavy kick version, I don't think. It's more like the medium, but it comes really quick. So if you're at this range, not that he'd ever do that, but you're gonna miss. Your anti-air's gonna miss completely. But that's the kind of range expect to see it. To beat that, you've got to be quick, the X Fireball. The X Fireball is probably the more tricky one because as soon as that fireball appears, that becomes the hitbox. And if you go into the fireball as it's building up, you get hit. So that's tough, that is. Anti-air. So sometimes I don't know why you can't punish when you're down. So that's why I say waiting is good. If you can wait a split second to see what happens, if you get to the X Fireball, you can block it, or if you're underneath it, even better. Try and catch him on the way down. You can get him with a grab. On the way down. Make sure you don't do that. Make sure he lands first. Surprised he can block that. I don't know, but I think he can block the normal one as well. Not sure. Heavy punch DP that's the only place you don't want to do it, but you see the X Fireball. But for all the other options, it seems viable. The kick again, it comes quick, but you can DP it. Be careful not to go underneath it. I don't think Akuma's try and bait out a heavy punch DP to make it whiff, but be careful of that anyway. Shit. That's why it's good to wait. So I'm not using his EXD with him at realistic ranges, but delaying it and waiting for him to get close to me, I can make it work. You more want to be like out here, and then it'll work clean. See, against the palm it works there. The grab is just the grab is more something you see when you're knocked down. So they wouldn't really, I don't know, would they throw it out? They'd probably throw it out in neutral if they could see you on tilt and you're turtling up. But even then, if you have the reaction on point, you've got plenty of time to get the grab, so don't worry about that. Similar to Kami's hooligan grab, it's very reactable. It's a very crush, crouch and heavy punch, crush counterable. Hello? Hello? What's going on here? Why has he just died? Oh, there you go. See, you can do that. Try and mix up and stuff. I wouldn't go for crouch heavy punch because if he doesn't go for the grab, then you may get hit. That's why the DP I think is better. So just my opinion, but have a play around. But these are the kind of options you want to go through while punishing the doofus. La doofus. Right, this move, yeah. So close range, it will slide in front and it will be +2 on hit, so it's on block. So he's got the advantage. If he goes over your head, block the other way. Akuma sometimes wake up with the EX Demon Flip. The reason they do that is because it hits on the way up, unlike the normal Demon Flip, so be careful of that. Like, they do wake up with it, and I don't understand why it works, but it does. It's great when they're in the it's great when they're in the corner, they want to get out, so they'll go over you, and they'll slide you, they'll be plus. It's quite a good idea really to use it as an Akuma player. But make sure they're close range, you block the other way. If you're really sick, yeah, you can cross with DP it. That's where preparation, being ready for it, is very good. You can't get that, but it's pretty tricky. That's hard, that is. You go the quarter circle forwards, and quarter circle forwards the other way when he goes over, and it'll come out. But yeah, if you got the read on him, medium punch DP, EX DP, but if they go over, just make sure you block, and even consider V reversal in it. Don't keep doing the V reversal though, because then they'll just grab you after the block, and they'll grab your V reversal because throws beat V reversal. But I think that covers Demon Flip in as much information as we need to for now. You need to experiment, including myself. I need to experiment with it, but I don't really struggle with his Demon Flip too much. Only usually on knockdown when I'm trying to guess what he's doing, because you have to, on knockdown, if they do it meaty, got no choice really. You've got to take the hit or risk an EXDP, but it doesn't always work out, so that's where it's tricky. Or when you're in the corner and you're on tilt, you don't know if he's going to end up behind you or in front of you or on top of you. So that's that, guys. Last batch of stuff now is V trigger and CA, so I'll try and do it all in one. So I'll record that now. Right, guys, so his V trigger, this is where he can jump and throw multiple fireballs. The only way to avoid that is run away or get the read on him. It's the only way to go about it. You can punish on the way down. Don't anti-air, because you'll get screwed every time. Don't even CA. I've never once landed CA to punish that. It never works. Never ever works. EXTP, same story. You just get beat. The only way is to get the read. If you do an early DP, get the read. That's the best way to deal with it. But, in my opinion, just get out of the way. It's the safest thing to do, the most sensible thing to do as well. Just get out of the way. Just don't neutral jump though, whatever you do. Because you'll get hit on the way down, more than likely. Yeah, I don't know how reliable that is. You don't want to end up on the fireballs, you know what I mean? Because there's two of them, it's tricky. You've often seen the situation as well where you're in the corner and so let's put him. Gonna have to put this one on first to activate. Okay, that's fine. Okay, let's put this one on now. That's a horrible situation. You can V reversal, I wouldn't recommend it. You can't anti-air that, you could, I don't know, it's hard. I think it's best to take the pressure there, in my opinion. You can risk that, but to read more than anything else. So you try and delay it. It's pretty hard. So I would personally don't neutral jump because you'll land either on him, on the fireballs, or you'll get yourself an anti-air. I wouldn't DP. I'll just try and take the pressure. You've got to expect that once he's done that, he's going to walk in towards you and he's going to use the block stun to his advantage. He's going to shimmy you. He's going to try and grab you when you come out of recovery. May even try some stuff where they jump behind you. So try not to get in that situation. It's probably the best advice I can say. But yeah, it's a horrible situation to be in. It's very difficult to get out of that. This one, oh, this is, yeah, I shouldn't have done it like this. Let me re-record this because I've done this really stupid. So now you can demon flip and throw normal fireballs, the two. That one was it? So now we have another situation where we have to tackle. Let's say we're at range. Yeah, you get a trade. I would say there, neutral jump is actually quite good because he lands. You jump over the fireballs, but he lands a little earlier, but it's still punishable, and you'll avoid the fireballs altogether. That can work. That didn't work too well there, but I often do that sometimes. Once I see him activate, a challenge with the EX Tatsu is not always wise to read, but you know they're going to jump because you know they're going to throw fireballs to get you because they want to get in. You can do that, but I think when he's in V trigger, his demon flip and his normal jumps become very powerful. Advice that I've seen people give other people is just to run away, just avoid the pressure. Don't work yourself too far to the corner, try and get out, just try and escape the fireballs, but don't give up too much ground, is my best advice. If you see and spot something straight away, or you get a good gut feeling about a read that's, you know, you're going to do something, just take it. I would, if I had a solid read that they're going to jump, or I've seen a pattern that they're jumping and throwing fireballs after activation, I'd go with that read. They're not going to stop doing it until you punish them, unless they're very stubborn. So again, it's just the I said it before, the rock paper scissors scenario of Street Fighter 5. So that's my advice there. It's not the greatest advice I know, guys. His V trigger is very powerful, very good. Let's just see if this is punishable. Yeah, I didn't think it was. I can't even full frame. No, so I reckon that's like -2 or something. I'll have to check the frame data on that. I'll put it in the comments section. But yeah, his V trigger fireballs are not, his normal fireballs are not punishable like the normal fireballs. They're -6. His EX fireballs and I believe his red fireballs are not affected by V trigger. It's only the DP, the fireball, and the air fireballs. I think that's it for V trigger. Obviously, V trigger gives him access to his demon, raging demon. Yeah, his raging demon is a grab. So if you get the read on that, you've got a neutral jump. I wouldn't even backdash because he might even catch you as you recover. But yeah, you often see them do things like they do the chop, don't they? They do the chop and then they do demon flip. It's a demon. I keep saying demon flip. The raging demon. There's a few setups they can get the demon with. So you just gotta be cautious. Once you see the full bar and then when they're in V trigger, the full bar is CA. Just know that it's an option for them, and know that they will probably try and style on you and finish you off like that as well, just for the swag points. So just be wary of it, and if you get the read and you neutral jump, you should get a punish on the way down. To be fair, we should look at the punish for it. Let's do that now. So if they miss, what can you do? What am I doing? Oh, he's already in V trigger. I'm so bad at doing this. Right, it's fine. Oops. This can be hard to set up, isn't it? That's why I like to do melee kick in the air, because if he goes underneath you, you'll cross up and hit him still. A realistic range. I think line breaker will be the best thing to punish there. I'm pretty sure he's in recovery for a long time afterwards. Let's look on the frame data. Raging Demon has recovery of 39 frames, so you should get line breaker wherever you are. I think, as long as you jump over it, or if they're way out of range and they come towards your face, line breaker again. Again, I'll have to test it. I don't really want to test it in this video. I'll make it too long, but yeah, if you get the read neutral jump, yeah, line breaker, or if you want a range attack, EX tattoo probably be a good idea as well, depending on how close they are. But it looks like line breaker will work at that range, so that's that one. To be honest, it's only CA to record then. That's it. We're done. So let's do that. Right, his super is -30 on block, so I'm talking very slow. They whiff it. Yeah, this is a weird one to punish them. If you block it, you can get that at range, close range.
So you've got time. I think Ken's dash, I think it's like 16 frames. I can't remember exactly the frame data of his dash, but you can get a dash in and that'll work, but at range... Look at that, I missed there altogether. Why am I always messing out, man? Right, you can get the heavy punch before this, yeah, I got it wrong there, but if you block it, that's a good way to punish it. If you're in V trigger, have a look. Oh, I've missed. So yeah, you can get your normal follow-ups after heavy kick tatsu if you block it. If it whiffs though. Ah, right, okay. That's interesting. So once he's activated it, you can jump in the fire, it doesn't hit you. Okay. No, you can't. I don't think he can jump because I can see his crouch blocking, which means that's why the kick's hitting him. Let's try one more time. That definitely works. Out of range. I don't think there's much you can do there, you know. Oh, you can, okay. So yeah, you can throw out the heavy kick tattoo after the impact on the floor has happened. Just try it one more time. Why am I not getting that link? What? But yeah, looks like that's a good way to punish it. I don't know what's going on, guys. Will not do. Heavy punch DP. There we go. So I will probably punish it in that fashion now. There may be a bigger punish, but similar to Guile's normal CA, that's a good way to go about it. So it's been a long one and we've covered a lot of stuff. So have a run through it, see what you think. If any of that can be improved on, just give me a shout, let me know, because CAs are always, especially the CA, it's very difficult to punish some CAs, but Ken has a lot of tools, a lot of options, so I think that's probably the best way to go. But yeah, let me know what you think, and if you've got any better advice, just appreciate if you could share with myself and everyone. I know Matty Ice shared a better punish on Abigail's CA recently, so anything like that, just give us a shout. Yeah, that's it. I mean, the one thing just got to go back over was the one thing I don't think I mentioned was, so the demon flip, yeah, just be aware that the only time it's really minus is on the normal slide, not on the EX slide. Everything else, like the kick, the palm, they all look relatively safe, so it's very difficult to decide whether to punish or challenge, should I say, his options off of the demon flip. So be wary of that. And I don't think I mentioned it, but the frame data for forward heavy punch on block is +1. So that one plus frame, plus the fact that he has a 3 frame normal, and it has quite good range as well, the stand light punch. Just be wary of that situation as well. V reversal is quite good. when he does the forward heavy punch, the chop punch thing, chop slap, chop hop, whatever you want to call it. But again, if they do that and grab, it'll probably beat your V reversal. Just be cautious. Delay tech's probably a good thing to do there actually, unless they shimmy you, then you're screwed. So yeah guys, let me know what you think, like all the videos. Hopefully that's been useful. I know Akuma's been a matchup that you've all requested quite a bit, so let me know what you think. Right, I'm going to shoot off. Catch you later on. Take care.